They're
Okay,
exposed
find
to
me
it.
sources. Go find me sources on wearing the mask protects you. Go do it, or I might be banning like 30 people from chat right now. Go, hold on. I'm scrolling up so that I can save the name.
Just a few days, we've delivered nearly 11 million N95 masks to hotspots around the country, as you know, including 6.6 million to New York and New Jersey, 1.8 million to Chicago, 1.7 million to Detroit, and 837,000 to New Orleans. I spoke with the governor of Louisiana a little while ago, and they're doing really pretty well, much better than they thought. They'll be using fewer beds. As you know, we built a hospital. We're about set to complete another hospital, and there's even a possibility they won't need it. That's what we discussed. To date, we've shipped out more than 8,000 ventilators, and we have almost 10,000 sitting there ready to go should we need them. And an additional 2,200 newly manufactured ventilators come online on Monday. We're going to be sending them to various locations just in case they need them. My administration is working with Philips to double their production of ventilators by May and ultimately quadruple production by later this year, high-quality ventilators. We're eliminating bureaucratic barriers to pave the way for Philips' major investments in American manufacturing sites and sales. This will help to ensure that our country can permanently produce enough ventilators in the future that we can do them by ourselves. We're going to have a big stockpile when we're finished, and we expect to be sending quite a few to other countries to help them after we're finished. And even now, a couple of countries are really, really in dire need. And it looks like our projections were right on ventilators. And some states that were thinking they would need thousands of more than they thought are now already taken care of, which we're very happy about. In addition, beginning in May, we'll be receiving almost 300 million new face masks. We're going to have masks of about 300 million. They'll be starting to be delivered in May and during the month of June. So we're ordering a big stockpile, and we're thinking about doing an extra 200 million should we need them, or for the stockpile. So we'll be in a position to have something incredible. That'll be a total of 500 million masks. And today, 750,000 new protective gowns landed in Dallas, Texas, as a result of a partnership led by the federal government, DuPont, and FedEx. And that's been a great partnership. That's worked very well. So we have 750,000 new protective gowns, and these are at a high level, very high quality. As American industry steps up to help, so are America's doctors and scientists. 10 drugs are now in clinical trials, and my administration is taking unprecedented actions to make new therapies and treatments available without delay. The doctors, the lab technicians, the companies, I spoke to them yesterday, I spoke again today. They are coming up with things that are, I hope, in the very near future are going to be very, very special, very important. Our national stockpile is now equipped with nearly 30 million hydroxychloroquine pills. So we're up to about 30 million. We're distributing them by the millions. You read about
Did these
State
actually
Representative
work?
Karen Whitsett, who
I've
very
heard
much
mixed
appreciate
things on
for
this.
going public, but she was, I think, very, very much helped by this pill. She saw what I was saying on television. She thought she was in very bad shape. I don't want to go further than that, but you see her story, you know her story. She's a highly respected state rep from Michigan, and I think she did a great service, what she's done. She's in terrific shape. She looks fantastic, and she was very generous with her statements. In addition, the zithromycin and zinc, they say zinc. You should add zinc. Now, it's all has to be recommended by doctors, physicians, but they say zinc. I want to throw that out there because that's where they seem to be having the best result. So you add the zinc and the zithromycin, and it's been we've had a lot of good stories, and we have almost 30 million doses. So we've got a lot. I want to thank Prime Minister Modi of India for allowing us to have what we requested from before the problem arose, and he was terrific. We'll remember it. Later today, the CDC will release further guidance to help ensure critical infrastructure workers can perform their jobs safely after potential exposure to the virus, and so they're working on that. The question was asked a little while ago about the World Health Organization. And
did you set it lower? No, it was faster before to catch up. This is real talking speed.
On January 14th, I guess it was, that there was no human-to-human transmission. Well, there was. They probably made that statement in the second or third week of December in addition, but they made it very powerfully on January 14th. And they criticized me very strongly when I said that we're going to shut down flights coming in from China, and especially from certain parts of China, but from China generally. We were criticized very badly. So last year, and for many years, hundreds of millions of dollars has been paid to the World Health Organization, hundreds of millions of dollars a year. And last year was $452 million, and China paid $42 million. Before that, it was $500 million, and China paid less than $40 million. And before that, it was similar numbers in the 400s, 300s, and sometimes even in the 500s of millions of dollars. And China would do proportionally just a small fraction of that number. And I think they have to get their priorities right. And their priorities are that everybody has to be treated properly, every country. And it doesn't seem that way, does it? It doesn't seem that way. So we're going to do study, investigation, and we're going to make a determination as to what we're doing. In the meantime, we're holding back. We want to say very unfair. So the United States, $452 million compared to $42 million. That's to the World Health Organization. That's not good. That's not good. Not fair. Not fair at all. And other countries, as you know, also gave very substantially less than the United States. And the World WHO, World Health, got it wrong. I mean, they got it very wrong. In many ways, they were wrong. They also minimized the threat very strongly.
Okay, here, this is interesting. So the U.S. was right, but the WHO was wrong. However, I'm pretty sure the U.S. didn't declare the coronavirus problem until one day after the WHO did. Where there's a website with like a really nice timeline of all of this. So the WHO declared the outbreak a pandemic on March 11th. And that was the same day that Trump decided to ban travel from European countries. And then the U.S. national emergency wasn't declared until 2 days later. So if the U.S. was right, but the WHO was wrong, but the WHO recognized it was a problem, like they declared it a global public health emergency back on January 30th, right? Trump, like the U.S. is following the WHO, like on every level, right? The U.S. bans foreign nationals from entering the U.S. if they were in China within the prior 2 weeks on the 31st, a day after the WHO declares a public health emergency, right? The U.S., even after reporting deaths on American soil, right? The U.S. doesn't ban all travel from Europe or declare a national emergency until after the WHO. So if the U.S. was right, but the WHO was wrong, but the WHO was ahead of the U.S., you can say, now if you want, you could make the argument, okay, well, the U.S. fucked up, but that's just because the WHO fucked up, but you can't have it both ways, right? Like, that doesn't make sense. You can't have all of it.
And
the timelines just don't add up.
I want to take this opportunity to express the thanks of an extremely grateful nation to the Americans who go to work every day, especially in these critical industries in the midst of the pandemic, to care for and protect and feed American people, including medical personnel, law enforcement, first responders, food suppliers, sanitation workers. And somebody mentioned today, would you please specifically call out cashiers and clerks at grocery stores who are in danger during
God damn it, I don't have one of these
pandemic,
fucking masks.
during the epidemic. They're in danger. They're really in great danger. And they've been incredible, and I want to call them out, to cashiers and clerks. We grew up with cashiers and clerks and grocery stores, and they've been great, and they've really been true American heroes. So I want to call them out because they're working hard, and they're working in conditions that aren't ideal, but soon they'll be ideal again. As we mourn the terrible loss of life for this, and from this grave pandemic, we're seeing signs that our aggressive strategy to slow the spread is working. The number of new cases...
Masks protect other people, not you? Well, yeah, I know, but if we have to wear masks now, then I have to get one, right? Or am I going to get, like, fined or some shit if I don't have one?
Stabilizing the number of beds necessary in so many locations. I was watching this morning New York. I was watching Louisiana. You see what's going on. The numbers are changing, and they're changing rapidly, and soon we'll be over that curve. We'll be over that top, and we'll be headed in the right direction. I feel strongly about that. Some terrible days ahead, but we're going to have some wonderful days ahead, and we're going to get this behind us, this terrible thing behind us. Some people will never be able to forget if they had a loved one, if they had a great friend.
Steven, mask protect you. They're fucking wrong. Don't believe that bullshit, okay?
What? I've never heard evidence of that. I thought, is there evidence?
Yes, an N95 mask blocks 95% of incoming shit. I don't understand. Everyone who's saying I'm wrong, you're fucking wrong. You're literally wrong. Look at all these people who are wrong in chat. Fucking Google it if you don't believe me.
I thought that I thought that masks, like, empirically speaking, only protect you from transmitting the disease to other people, but it doesn't really help in terms of you getting infected.
No, that's incorrect. I mean, if you're wearing a bandana or something, then that would, not...
Do you have any evidence of this?
Fucking Google it. Like, are you serious?
Well, I have
like,
in the past. That's why... Okay.
N95 masks block down to what? Let's see. What micron level?
Yeah, so this is what I've heard, that the masks themselves, because you're not as likely to breathe it in, what happens is you touch things and then you touch your face later on, and that's how you get infected, in which case the mask doesn't really help you at all. That the only way that like N95 masks would help is if you're in like walking around in an area where people are coughing at you. So like a healthcare worker.
That study came out saying that corona is airborne, right?
Okay, wait, but that was just one thing, wasn't it?
I don't know what you're saying. The logic you're saying that coronavirus don't protect you is that you're going to touch your face. Well, then, yeah, sure. I mean, if you're going to stick your hands in your mouth or touch yourself, then yeah, it's not going to work so well. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about if N95 masks help protect you from catching coronavirus.
Yeah, and my understanding is they don't really.
Well, you're wrong.
Well, can't argue with that, Dan. You got me. Okay, back to Trump.
This is a tribute to the discipline and the devotion of the American people, what we've accomplished. If every American continues to strictly adhere to social distancing guidelines, we can defeat the invisible enemy and save countless lives, and we can do it much more quickly. We're hopefully heading toward a final stretch, the light at the end of the tunnel, as I was saying. As we continue to wage all-out medical war to defeat the virus, we're also fighting an economic war to ensure we can quickly turn to full financial strength. We have to get our country back. We have to get going. Everybody wants to get going. Yesterday, I asked Congress to provide an additional $250 billion to expand the incredibly successful Paycheck Protection Program. You've seen what's gone on there. It's incredible, actually, which is allowing our small businesses to keep employees on the payroll and get ready for the opening. Like a second opening. To protect millions of American jobs, I'm asking Congress to pass additional funding for this program.
No one is arguing that N95 masks don't help, except Destiny, apparently. Just here in low supply, so they should go to health court. No, you fucking moron. I'm not saying that there's not a chance that they might help you in some marginal way. But for instance, if you walk into a room where people are sneezing and coughing or whatever, and you have like an N95 mask on, one, you can still get infected by touching stuff and touching your face. Or two, if droplets get in your eyes or whatever, you'll still get infected that way as well. That the N95 mask is more that like when you cough, if you have the disease, it prevents you from spreading it. That was like the whole point of wearing the masks. That sick people are supposed to wear the mask so that they don't spread it as much. But you could walk around all day with a mask, droplets could still get in your eyes, you're infected, you could touch things, rub your eyes, then you get infected.
For N95, okay? When you blow out, when you blow out with an N95, it has an exhaust valve, okay? Meaning none of it goes through the fucking filtration whatsoever. It goes out completely. You're talking about a surgeon's mask. N95 mask, like a gas mask, when you inhale air, goes through the filtration. When you exhale air, it goes through like a flap that comes wide open.
What does that have to do with your, like, getting droplets on your eyes? Or
okay. I don't know what we're talking about here. People in chat were saying N95 masks don't protect you from coronavirus. That is false. It does. When you breathe in, if someone coughed in front of you and that would have instead gone into your lungs, you will now be protected. Okay? An N95 mask that you're wearing.
If they cough in front of you and it gets in your eyes, then you're not protected at all, right? You're still going to get infected. No?
I mean, if they cough in your eyes, I mean, I don't know what you're saying. So there's two types of masks. So you have N95 masks that, for the most part, the ones made by 3M have exhaust valves on them. They have a little plastic thing on the front of them, and when you blow out, okay, it goes out through the valve. It doesn't go through the filtration thing. I'm looking at one right in front of me right now. When you're inhaling air, it's going through the filtration filter. And at the top of the mask, they have a little metal thing that bends around your nose to try and create a good seal. That's why they're saying that you have to shave your beard when you wear it, because if you don't, when you inhale air, it'll come through the sides of the mask and it will go in and you'll do that. So the mask you're talking about that's to protect other people, that's like a typical surgeon's mask. So that's when you blow out, it's capturing like any moisture or any droplets that when you blow out, you do that. But that when I know some people in chat are saying that N95 masks, some of them don't have the filter, don't have the exhaust valve. Sure, some of them do, I suppose, but most of them, the vast majority of them, have the exhaust valve on them.
Okay, gotcha.
This week as soon as possible. And I think we have a pretty good understanding with the Democrats. Hopefully it's going to be bipartisan. We do not have the time for the partisan games. And we don't want that, the obstruction.
What?
So an N95 mask filters out 95% of particles that are 0.3 microns or larger, right? The typical coronavirus size is about 0.1. So it's not 95% effective, but
yeah, it's not 95.
The idea there is that it still does help protect you because it does filter out some of the larger particles.
Yeah, I can understand that. It's just, the only what I heard was that like the way that you typically get infected isn't with somebody coughing in your fucking face. So now the N95 mask is like actually helping you. But the way that you get infected is you're touching other surfaces that infected people have interacted with, and then later on you touch your face, in which case the N95 mask does literally fuck all for you. It's a total waste of time to wear it. So if you walk around all day with a fancy fucking whatever N95 mask on, and you're touching all sorts of stupid fucking shit, and then you get home and you take your mask off and you rub your eyes, you touch your mouth or whatever, that meant fuck all. It meant absolutely nothing. You did nothing by having the mask on. That's my understanding of it. And that if you're walking around normally wearing an N95 mask, it's not like the virus is floating around in the fucking air that like, oh man, I would have been infected, but now I'm not because I have this expensive mask on. Thank God. That was my understanding.
But that last part might not be true for the most part.
We actually don't know whether or not it can be aerosolized, right?
Well, we know that it can be aerosolized, but everything that I've heard so far, maybe it's different, maybe there'll be new research, but the idea that it hangs in the air for hours and hours afterwards isn't anything that I've heard. The last epidemiologist I think that was on Devin's stream mentioned something that like it can hang in the air for like a minute or two. But then
if you're walking into a supermarket behind someone 6 feet in front of you, you're breathing in their air, right? To a certain extent. You don't think that if you just wash your hands when you get home, you don't think that plus N95 mask is better than just no mask? That seems
stupid. Might be better, but it's like it would be like wearing it seems like it's like wearing like a padded seatbelt. That like, for instance, like if you are still not washing your hands well or interacting with your face a lot with your hands in public areas, there's 0 point in having any protective anything.
Why are we talking about washing our hands in this case?
Because that's the most important part. Because that's by far like 20,000 times more important than wearing a stupid fucking mask. That washing your hands and not interacting with your face after touching surfaces is 1,000,000 times more important than wearing an N95 mask.
I'm not saying that washing your hands isn't important. I was just responding to the fact of either people in chat or wherever it was saying that N95 masks don't protect you. They do. There's a reason that medical doctors wear them, right? They don't want to catch the virus and they're washing their hands. I mean, you wouldn't tell them, hey, dumbass, just wash your hands. You're not going to catch the coronavirus by breathing it in, moron, right? You'd be like, oh, okay, well, if these people are exposed to this, they should try to minimize, their exposure.
Okay, find me sources. Go find me sources on wearing the mask protects you. Go do it, or I might be banning like 30 people from chat right now. Go, hold on, I'm scrolling up so that I can save the names.
I think people in chat are just like super mad that like, first off, you guys have to understand an N95 mask.
No, shut the fuck up and go find an article. I'm just okay. Then stop talking until you give me an article. I don't care about anything you say until then. Okay.
N95 respirators are the PPE most often used to control exposures and infections transmitted via the airborne route.
Link the article. I don't need you to fucking audiobook it for me.
Linked it in chat.
Is an N95 respirator? Is this something that's fundamentally different than just a normal N95 mask? Is this like an active, like a giant?
So the issue with N95 masks and why people are freaking out saying that you're hoarding them is this is not really like a medical mask. Like people on construction sites use this. People that I think it's used for a lot of purposes. It's not just medical.
Yeah, but basically a respirator is like what most people think of when they think of an N95 mask.
Sure. Literally, like even the stuff that people are linking in support of them, like everything's saying if you're healthy, you only need to wear a mask if you're taking care of a person with a suspected infection or if you have a cough yourself. Like that's...
Sure, but I mean, yes, that's true, but like there's a reason why the person who's taking care of someone who's ill is wearing one, right? Because
they're going to be like coughing in your face. Not because you're around somebody that's sick, but because you're like directly interacting with them. Not because you're in a society of people that are sick.
I mean, then that social distancing is all you need? Like
well, that it's like 50 million times more important than just walking around wearing a mask. That the mask itself doesn't.
Washing your hands is important, and social distancing is important. But if you're walking in a supermarket 5 feet behind someone that's sick and you don't have a mask, you probably have a significant, not like a million times, like you're exaggerating, but like a significant chance of breathing in that and getting sick.
Okay. I'll look more into it, I guess, on my own time. Like everything that's being linked in support is is literally reaffirming our position. Like the CDC recommends that members of the public use simple face cloth coverings when in a public setting to slow the spread of the virus, since this will help people who may have the virus and not know it from transmitting it to others. Like I haven't seen a credible source saying that like you should wear the masks because it will help you from being infected, other than just the hearsay or whatever. Or hold on, I'll look through some of the links that you're sending me.
The problem I think right now is that there's such a huge backlash from the government wanting to protect health workers who need it most, right? So like if they say N95
this is a conspiracy right now. You're just giving me a bullshit conspiracy. You're saying, well, they're really all lying about this because they just want to conserve. So I think you quoted me a while ago. I think you said something about the 3-hour number. A recent publication in the New England Journal of Medicine has evaluated virus persistence of the COVID-19 virus. In this experimental study, aerosols were generated using a 3-jet Collison nebulizer and fed into a Goldberg drum under controlled laboratory conditions. This is a high-powered machine that does not reflect normal human cough conditions. Further, the finding of the COVID-19 virus in aerosol particles up to 3 hours does not reflect a clinical setting in which aerosol-generating procedures are performed. That is, this was an experiment-induced aerosol-generating procedure. So that 3-hour number, at the max, doesn't even seem to be supported by the WHO.
I'm not sure that's the article that I tweeted. Hold on, let me see. Or not tweeted, but the first one. The problem with coronavirus specifically is that all these studies are brand new. Oh, wait, Steven, here. Read this link I'm sending you right now. Pull that one up on stream for my conspiracy. Like, that's... Someone just messaged me that.
Okay, so everything else posted is a lie because N95 masks are in short supply. Just say that. If that's what you believe, then just say it. Don't beat around the bush.
This is a coronavirus.gov website saying, why is the CDC recommending cloth face mask instead of medical grade? Surgical masks and N95 respirators are in short supply and should be reserved for healthcare workers or other medical first responders.
That doesn't negate anything that was said prior, though. They might still recommend N95 masks for normal reasons for the public if there was an infinite supply for all the same reasons I said earlier. You could be sick and not know it, so you should wear an N95 mask, right? Right now, if they knew that you were sick, they'd probably still recommend you wearing an N95 in public rather than like a bandana. They just don't have the supplies for it. But that doesn't change literally a single other thing that was said earlier. Literally nothing, right?
Now I know how the fucking communists feel, man. You were...
If my argument earlier was that generally only sick people or people directly interacting with sick people should wear the mask, and now people are recommending, hey, you should wear a bandana or a mask because you might be sick, we should reserve the N95 for healthcare professionals, that doesn't change anything that was said earlier. You should still only wear, or generally the by far the biggest benefit is for people directly interacting with sick people or for wearing it if they're sick. But we don't have enough for everybody, so if you are sick publicly, at least wear a bandana. If you don't have enough for a mask, that doesn't change anything that was said earlier.
Okay, that is some revisionist history. This started because someone on stream, or you said, I don't think it was you, but someone said, maybe Trump or something, N95 masks do not protect you from the coronavirus. I have demonstrated that that is not true. Now, you can say, oh, it's not worth it. You should save them for other people. Or
the original argument that I made was that generally that wearing masks is more beneficial if you are sick to prevent you from contaminating other people than for you, a person wandering in the public wearing a mask. That was my initial argument. My initial argument would have never been, oh, masks aren't effective ever at all for anything, because that's dumb as fuck. Clearly, health professionals wear these. The reason why they wear them, as I've said multiple times, is because if you're interacting with people that are directly like coughing in your face and shit, well, now having the mask is important because you're directly coming into contact with people that are coughing at you, and the aerosolized particles are like way more in fucking load, like right in front of your face, versus walking around in a store expecting the air to be hanging with coronavirus everywhere. It's like it's a fundamentally different use case.
Okay, what I've been trying to say is that the mask can protect you, especially because you can't control outside people. If you have to go out, if you don't leave your house, then you're fucking good. But if you do go out, there is a chance that you might have one of those people coughing near you, and you would be infected.
That is possible. And you know what? I will concede that point to you, Dan. If you go outside and you run into a bioterrorist that is trying to cough coronavirus in your face and you have the N95 mask, that will help you. You are right there, okay? I will concede that point to you, okay? 100%.
What about that fucking bus driver that was complaining about people coughing on him and then the dude fucking died? right? Like, what happened there? Did he go and lick the dude's fucking seat or something?
You don't
after?
have to lick the
No.
seat, Dan. So this is my problem with what you're saying. It's like people that think that safeties on guns are a good idea, okay? He didn't have to lick any seat. He could have just handled his steering wheel. The person was coughing all over the bus, maybe touched some shit, went home and just rubbed his eyes and went to sleep. He could have done that. The mask wouldn't have helped at all if that in that case, if that's what was happening. That's the whole point of this, is that the only way to like the best way that you can help yourself in public is to wash your hands a lot and not touch your face. That just wearing a mask can be totally negated by somebody that interacts with a lot of shit and then either rubs their face or puts their fingers in their mouth afterwards.
Well, I don't understand why we're bringing in negating. Sure, wearing a seatbelt can save you unless you're fucking upside down when you're driving the car. Yeah, no fucking shit. But you should probably be wearing the mask in the first place if you have one.
Okay. I love you, Dan. I'm going to listen
Step your debate game up for me.
Okay,
for next
I'm going to go ahead and listen to my friend Trump here, okay?
All right.
I understand. I know that the CDC and everything points to everything I'm saying. I understand, guys. Thank you for continuing to link me.
That's a goddamn... Don't you pull a fucking mic on me and say, oh, man, that guy was so wrong. Man, I don't want... Don't you dare. All right, goodbye.
It's literally what the CDC says.
What? That it... Yeah. Oh, my God. How do I do... All right, you know what? You won. I'll just leave it here. You're the big winner here.
I love you, okay?
Not what the poll in chat says.
Filthy debate tactics. I don't like it. 1 second.
Cover your mouth and nose with a cloth face cover when around others. You could spread COVID-19 to others even if you do not feel sick. Everyone should wear a cloth face cover when they go out in the public, for example, the grocery store, or to pick up other necessities. The cloth face cover is meant to protect other people in case you are infected. I could be wrong. Maybe there's a whole bunch, but I don't have this opinion because I hate face masks because of some random dumb shit or whatever. But like I've read this like a million fucking times. Like every place I've read is like, oh yeah, wear it to cover. Like I don't know, fuck it, dude. Holy shit, Chad is triggering the fuck out of me right now.
Wake up, sheeple.
What?
The
Fuck
CDC
off.
is
Okay.
lying.
Yep,
to you.
I understand. It's a big fucking conspiracy. Okay, gotcha.
It's on the website, man. They want them all for their nurses. They don't think about us.
Okay, gotcha.
And we want to do this for the small businesses and the workers, and we can do a phase.
Hi Destiny, I'm a nurse responding to the COVID-19 pandemic. I agree with you, and if you want to talk about hospital-specific issues, I can do my best to explain.
Come debate, Dan.
Ooh.
I don't know. Some guy donated me and said he was a nurse. Are you ready, Dan, for the ultimate debate?
Let's do it. I need Apple's in my corner, though. Apple's, are you ready? This person actually has medical training. This is a problem.
I don't have medical training. Why the fuck?
That's all right. You can play one on TV. I can too, all right? Just relax.
Nurse versus landlord. The fight that we've all wanted to see.
Yeah, bring Mr. Mouton. Mr. Mouton, where are you? I hear you hate nurses. Get in here.
Oh, true!
I've watched a lot of House. I think I know what's going on.
What do you say about
Just
gun
Lucas,
safeties?
Dan.
Gun safeties are dumb because they give people a false sense of security. Okay. Where is Moy made at? Where the fuck? Who are you? Where are you? Message me on Discord.
Shouldn't this nurse be like at work being a hero rather than be like donating?
Oh, there he goes.
Mr. Mouton. Mr. Mouton, welcome
There
to
he
the fucking
goes.
Hey,
2v2.
I'm on your side, Dan.
Oh, shit.
Steve was literally saying that masks do nothing earlier. Oh
What a
my
fucking
god.
There it
dumbass.
is. There they are. The fisherman over here thinks he can criticize anybody about anything ever.
I'm mining coal right now.
Yeah, I'm sure
First
you
the
are.
stop signs, now this.
Well, where's the hero?
I don't know.
To be fair, I do think healthcare workers are heroes.
Shut up, Moot. You can't walk back your regressive take on healthcare workers.
I just want to hear more moot animal takes. Let's go.
I don't have any takes. I just ask questions.
Well, let's hear some more of those questions, Mr. Moon.
If you masturbate a dolphin, will it receive pleasure? I think the answer on that one's yes.
I believe that dolphins do have sex for pleasure, so I believe the answer is yes.
If someone paid you $100,000, would you masturbate a dolphin?
I mean, isn't that illegal?
Wait,
If
Dan.
it's
Consent, right?
Hello. What?
Where's Dan's face?
You gonna put a mask on him?
New emote.
I'm not streaming. Leave me alone. Stop.
Dan, do you still have facial hair?
I'm not going out. This is not me.
Hold on.
specifically.
Dan, do you have facial hair that you wear
You
with
know
your
what?
N95 mask?
Hey, hold on. I'm going to start my stream real quick. I just want to show you something.
Yeah, I want to see.
Hold on. Let me go. You can,
If
talk
you have
shit
facial
about
hair,
this.
Dan, that N95 mask is not on correctly. You need to shave right now. He's probably at his desk right now, Steven, shaving away before he starts the stream. How pathetic, Dan.
Ensuring the respirator seal is a vital part of respiratory protection practices. Facial hair that lies along the ceiling area of a respirator, such as beard, sideburns, or some mustaches, will interfere with respirators that rely on a tight face piece seal to achieve maximum protection.
Dan, are you here?
Facial hair is a common reason that someone cannot be fit tested.
He's in the bathroom right now.
Wait, do you guys hear that buzzing noise? What is
He's
it?
not here. He's in the bathroom, guaranteed.
Dan, where did you go?
Noise in the background.
I'm here. I'm on stream.
Dan, what?
If you want to say I'm not protected, come take a fucking look.
Does he have his fucking Fallout mask? You're so dumb. Oh my god. He does. Look at all that facial hair. Look at all that. So you're not even getting a proper fucking seal. Oh
you're not
my
even getting a
god.
proper seal.
Get me out of here. Get me out. These mask frogs are fucking unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. Dan, put your fetish
and I
mask
have
away, okay? You're gonna get
cartridges
banned
for
for
this
taking
too,
out
by
your
the way.
sexual equipment on stream, okay? You disgusting fuck.
Dan has a fucking full beard.
Yeah, so what?
I'm your dad.
Okay.
Can we play League?
Where's this person?
Internet,
Where's this archery
I don't
person?
know. They said they
You're
were a
gonna have to be
nurse.
Fine for an hour.
Well, yeah, but if it starts lagging a game, I'm gonna get super fucking triggered.
Yeah, but it won't.
Cause I.
Oh,
we-
I'm sorry, chat. You'd rather watch fucking Melvor Idol?
Yeah. Well, look at the viewers. They love it. They love this game.
It's the hottest shit since Runes.
No one cared who I was.
The
until I put on the
N95 has to
mask.
be specifically fitted. There is a whole day of training for the N95. Some random moron with an random N95 is useless.
Dan, was Steve's take earlier that like
What, Mooten?
You know.
That what?
you're fucking it up now?
What?
No, I don't.
Go, Moot. What are you gonna do?
No, I don't
Go
have
ahead.
anything now because you fucked it up. You were basically saying
What?
you just shouldn't go outside if you want to be fully protected, is what you were saying.
What? No, I said
I
don't
heard
touch
me.
your face and wash your hands.
Okay, why can't he wear the mask as well?
If he wants to, he can.
Okay, okay.
But the problem is that, like, when you do some safety measures that are only for show, you lure yourself into a false sense of security and then you do other things that are dangerous. So, for instance, if you walk around with a mask, the most common way that it seems like people get infected publicly is by touching shit and then touching your face. The mask does nothing to help you with that. So if you walk around with a mask thinking you're safer and you don't take things like hand washing or touching shit or touching your face seriously as a result of that, even like a little bit less, then the mask has actually made you more likely to get infected. That's the problem. It's the
What
same
the mask does
someone
is it prevents you from touching your nose and your mouth more, right?
while you have the
That's one
mask on. That's true. Yes. Sure. Yeah.
I would assume someone who has masks.
But
or
if the
whatever-
mask is like making your face itch, if you have ever been out with one of those masks before and your face gets itchy and you lift it a little bit just to scratch, you've completely and totally eliminated the purpose. You've actually like made yourself more at risk by having the mask on than by not wearing the mask.
So no masks.
I mean, the correct answer is stay at home.
True.
Drew. I'm in
Then you don't have to
Discord,
wash
but
your
on
hands
slow
either.
mode. Oh, Moy made. Oh, can you find a way to message me? I don't. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe they're in chat somewhere. Are you ready, Dan?
Dan, are you ready?
Here you go.
Are you
Dan.
ready, Mr. Mitten?
It's time to
Tag
shit
team?
on this
Are we
fucking
gonna make
healthcare.
this
I
nerd
bet this
cry
person.
down?
I bet this guy probably doesn't even pay his fucking rent.
True.
Oh, I'm so mad.
I bet they're a tenant.
Oh, for sure. There they are on the other channel.
All right, I'm getting them up because I have to scroll
If I
up.
How do
take
we
that
know if it's
mask
the-
off
Oh,
when
they
you
have a
die,
fucking
it
weeb
would be
avatar.
very
Uh-oh.
infectious.
Oh, perfect.
You're a pretty incompetent guy.
All right.
For you.
Moy made, go do battle with Dan.
Okay, I don't really debate that much.
No,
so I
this
don't
is a
wanna...
debate. You're in the Thunderdome, okay? America's future, like, coronavirus survival depends on the outcome of this debate. Millions of people watching my stream are ready right now to buy these masks and go out in public and touch their face on the advice of Dan, so...
That is not what I said. Stop lying. God, still lying to this day. We've gone over... Go ahead, Moin Maid. What do you got?
So I think that it's really important to wear paper masks in, in public. And
Fuck Steve.
I find it very annoying that people are wearing gloves and masks and then touching their eyes. So I totally agree with Destiny in that point, because I go to the grocery store and I see people like touching everything and then touching their eyes while they have the gloves on, and it's just, it shows a lot of ignorance to what they're actually doing. But the N95s, we use them at work because we actually don't do breathing treatments anymore that are aerosol because of the fear that it is airborne. So we've been only doing more other types of breathing treatments. But anyway, I've been using something called a capper. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
No, none of us know anything about it.
No.
So a capper, some places they call them pappers, but they are these huge helmets that are basically, they look like space helmets.
Oh, the PPE shields or the full suits?
It's actually a helmet that's battery. It's operated by this battery that you have to charge, and you put it on your head, and it has an air seal, and it takes air from the environment that you're in and sucks it in, and kind of just filters it. It's like a ventilation type of thing, and it's like you have like this air conditioning inside of the mask. So we use those for tuberculosis patients, along with N95s. We also use for tuberculosis patients. So I think for healthcare workers, we're treating it as an airborne illness. But for the general public, if you're just going to the grocery store, wearing a mask should be fine, because as a nurse, I don't know how at other hospitals they're dealing with it, but I have to wear all of this PPE because I'm housekeeping isn't allowed in the room, nutrition's not allowed in the room, CNAs are not allowed in the room, so I'm handling all of the bodily fluids. I'm throwing away all of the garbage. I'm the only one going in there. The doctors don't even go in the room. So I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know if that gives you a better idea.
No, that was
the average.
That was very
so
good.
you would agree that the average like viral load, like hanging in the air in like a hospital room, is going to be like several orders of magnitude higher than what's going to be like in a grocery store, right? That if
definitely, yeah. Because if you're not feeling well, why would you be at the grocery store? First of all.
Well, I mean, that doesn't really matter specifically because you can have it and not have any symptoms, but that's okay.
Yeah, very true. But yeah, and the symptoms for a lot of the patients I've been seeing, the symptoms do actually, creep up on you and kill you pretty quickly. So, I mean, that's at least for a lot of the patients I've seen at my hospital, or at least they end up on a ventilator pretty quick.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm glad you came in. This was
me
super
too.
helpful.
I'm really glad.
Yeah,
That's really good.
No,
so
you don't get to
hospital
say
makers,
shit, Steven. You
what?
don't get to say
She agreed
shit.
with everything I said.
Oh
Fuck you.
my
You're
God,
so
this
wrong, Dan.
revision is
You're so
fucking
wrong.
bullshit.
Dan is out there with
he
his
was
mask,
right.
with his
You're a
fucking beard,
goddamn
rubbing
liar.
his fucking eyes with his gloves to
What are you
completely and
talking
totally
about?
defeating the
No.
purpose of it.
I can't even rub my
100%.
eyes if I wanted to.
Wrong.
It is true though that if you have a beard, it will not create a good seal. So all of the men with beards at my work have to wear cappers because the N95s will not work. Something I am a little bit annoyed about. Not a lot of people know, but you need to actually be fitted for an N95. So if you buy an N95 online, that might not be doing very much for you because
Especially if you buy the shitty ones, absolutely.
well,
Can't
it
even
doesn't
buy it
matter.
right now.
Yeah.
That whether you buy a shitty one or not, having it sized for you, what they'll do is, of course, my hospital, the healthcare system, I'm not even going to talk about that right now, but our budget is low, so of course we're not getting fitted for these masks. But what they would usually do is they would have you wear a particular size N95, and they'd spray this aerosol in the air that you can smell if it's not filtering those particles. For the general public to just buy an N95 online, they aren't able to get that test done and know if it's actually effective. It may just be the same as wearing a regular mask, and then if it's that case, then you're just removing resources from nurses and doctors that have to go in the room and intubate these people and possibly have them cough up all over your face. So
can I ask you a question about that? Like, theoretically, could someone self-administer some sort of odor test at home, or would that just not be accurate?
So I'm not, honestly, I'm not really sure. I don't know what exactly the substance is that they use. Like I said, my hospital is the budget's low, so I haven't been fitted. So that goes against my argument, but I'm just out here wearing my N95, hoping that it fits. But but
Wait, if
but
you don't
then
mind
also,
saying, what do you mind saying, like either the state or city that you're in? You don't have to be too specific as you're comfortable with.
I'm in Florida.
Gotcha,
So
okay.
yeah,
Fog.
and it's pretty. What, are you in Florida?
Me and Mr. Mouton are in Miami Beach.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so and then also in the hospital, if we do wear an N95, we have to wear goggles. So if you were really paranoid and you were like, "Oh, I'm going to dress like a hospital worker," you'd need to wear goggles.
Yeah, like
because
some
that
sort of
stuff-
like a gas mask with an NBC filtration cartridge that's still sealed. I agree. I think that doing something like that.
Are you gonna go work in a hospital now, Dan? Is that your next stop?
No, I'm not.
Sorry, what were you saying? Hold on.
I could if I
Stop
wanted.
cutting off our guests. Sorry, go ahead.
Thanks. No, I was gonna say, literally, I got high school science class. They give you those goggles to wear. I literally, they gave us those, and I'm like, are you kidding me? These are high school science goggles, and I had to write my name on them and disinfect them every day because those are my goggles, like, forever. So
The American healthcare system.
I know. And then they give you one N95 in a little paper bag, and then you have to savor it with your life. But anyway, yeah.
Wait, so you have to reuse your N95 mask?
Yeah, so they have at our hospital they have something called a Trudy, and this thing is this robot that will go in the room and it'll basically use UV light to kill
it
all
uses
viruses.
UVC, right? To sterilize
And
it. Okay.
so they do that with your N95, and after 3 times of disinfecting it using the Trudy, then you can dispose of it and you get a new one.
So you said that people should be wearing cloth masks, correct?
I think that it would be helpful if you need to go outside, just because this is the thing. Like, I don't think we never put N95s on patients to transport them. And this is where it gets a little bit confusing. When we have to transport a patient from one room to another room, like maybe even on a different floor, even if they're positive, all we put on them is a paper surgical mask. And that's just containing their germs within the mask. But I think that it would be helpful to just wear a mask just as a precaution if you have one, whether that be a cloth one or a paper one, whatever you have, just to keep yourself safe. I mean, you can never be too
careful. Would you agree though that like wearing the masks is probably better if you're actually sick, like to prevent the spread of infection, rather than that it'll actually prevent you from becoming? Okay, cool. Just wondering on that.
Yeah, because like I mean, I have a weeaboo icon, but in Japan they wear masks to prevent other workers from getting sick because they need to work such long hours. So, it definitely contains it because, I mean, if they're allowing us to transport patients with the virus with a paper mask, then, then if somebody else were to be sick, then that would definitely protect a lot of people, especially if it does end up being airborne. If that just means if you just talk, those particles will just stay in the air. So at least if you're wearing a mask, then that'll do a lot of help.
Sure. Okay.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that you should
Do you have
wear
any
masks.
So I'm glad to hear that they're primarily to for people that are sick to make sure that others don't
But
get
people
infected.
that
That's
go
really
out
good.
should
glad to
still
hear
wear
that.
masks.
You're such a fucking weasel, Steven.
Hey,
A
listen, Dan.
weasel.
I can't argue with the science. I'm sorry, Dan.
She said that it was
anyway,
helpful.
so
Oh
she
my
said-
god! Go ahead, wrap it up. Yeah, final closing statements.
Do you have any
Jesus
closing
Christ.
statements for us?
Oh my god!
Um,
I'm being burnied.
don't touch your eyes.
True.
Wear masks.
Wear masks, especially if you
Wear
don't have a
masks.
beard, right?
Well, the N95 if you don't have a beard.
Mhm.
The paper masks are fine if you have a beard because and just stay safe and wash your hands. My boyfriend wants me to say Micro Dan, no Japan.
What, God, what the fuck? Stop.
True. That is true. Dan is no Japan. Okay, well, thank you very much for your input. We appreciate it. We all appreciate you, even if MrMouton thinks that you guys are the scum of the earth, I guess. I don't know why MrMouton went off on healthcare workers saying you guys aren't shit. But we, other than MrMouton, everyone else here appreciates you guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Good
you
luck.
so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a good day.
Have a good one.
By fake hero.
Absolutely
Kappa.
annihilated, Dan. How do you feel after that, Dan?
You see
I
how
don't
quickly-
understand.
You see how,
How do you
quickly
feel-
Destiny got
Dan,
her out
how do
after
you
he heard
feel-
that
Wait,
Dan.
Mr. Milton, you know what's
Dan.
interesting is he tries to switch the narrative to a win, and he hopes his dumb audience is going to figure it out in the end.
Dan,
I don't have
you
to switch
lost.
anything, Dan.
Did you see how quickly he ushered it out after she heard that?
Yeah, he's like,
I did
oh,
not
hold
shut
on,
him
let me
up.
correct.
Nope, that was it. I was just clarifying. The reason why you wear masks is if you're sick. Yeah, that's good. She confirmed with everything that the
You
CDC said,
mansplainer.
everything the WHO said. 100% agreed. Yeah, sounds great.
You mansplained her, and you backed her into a corner, and she was too
Back-
scared to say what she was too afraid to say what she actually thought because she was
Wow.
in front of.
So you thought she was a
people.
weak-willed woman? Is that what you're saying, Dan?
It's
No,
very
as soon as she
intimidating.
mentioned you had a boyfriend, he was
You
already
had the
done with
implications,
conversation.
Steve.
Oh yeah, as soon as she mentioned
That's
boyfriend,
true.
Steve wanted to end the
Steve was like,
conversation
"What?
right
Get
away.
the
All
next
right,
one.
time to go.
Wow.
I'm cringing pretty hard right now, Dan.
I
Well,
will
I-
agree that her boyfriend did say Microjan no Japan, and that's
Good one.
true.
Milton.
Oh no, Moody Cakes, what
Bum-wise.
happened? Oh no.
I'm stroking out. You can't make fun of me.
Oh, Moody's gonna have to be wearing a mask.
Yeah.
So how's life,
Okay.
Dan? How you doing?
Well, just to be clear, I wear a fucking gas mask, kid. I'm fine. That's good on the beard. That goes all the way around.
No, it doesn't. You were in the
Dan was
fucking
right.
military.
This person is 100% a paid shill of the mask for healthcare professionals only eliminated.
True.
True.
Absolutely.
True.
Man. Listen.
Dan, you know damn well. Did you ever go to the gas chamber? You know why we shaved in the military. You fucking need.
No,
a seal
I got.
Why
for-
would you ask Dan that, Lycan? Is it because he's Jewish?
Oh,
There's
what
the
the
fucking
fuck?
postcard.
If
What
he
the
was
fuck are you
referring to the
talking
gas
What
chamber
is
that Dan would be
wrong
going
with
with, he
you?
obviously wouldn't be here today.
Jesus
Chill.
Christ.
No, they don't. They don't gas chamber us. They pepper spray us. I've been pepper sprayed.
What do you mean by
No.
us?
I'd rather do the gas
The
chamber.
fellow-
What do you mean by us, Dan?
Fellow enlisted soldiers. I don't know. What do you want to call
Is that
them?
what you call yourselves, soldiers?
Marines for us.
Heroes.
Fighting against
Yeah.
Western
Valor.
civilization?
Real heroes.
Steve.
Oh wait,
The
actually,
real
wait.
hero.
I think Mr. Mooton knows what these people are called, or the other ones, right? What did you call them?
Guys.
What, Mr. Milton? Did you say something negative about veterans?
Do you hate the military, Mr. Mooton?
I love Medicare professionals and the military. They're both heroes in their own right.
Oh, right. Mr. Milton, how could you say that before? Oh my gosh.
Is there a clip? A clip of Mooton saying something?
No, don't. You're gonna get it.
Shut up, like, and I'll ban you.
Oh, okay. I bring the shit talking that way, but I'll ban you.
True.
It's too high effort.
It's authoritarianism, baby.
Yeah, that's what Dan's all about.
It's not. It's nothing to do. How do you even get there? How am I about
How do you get there, Dan?
authoritarianism?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Steve.
Wait. When it says we tried to give you a gem, but your bank was too full, did that gem just get
That
fucking
means that
deleted?
gem's gone.
Jesus, that's fucking scary, Moot.
How about you delete some shit, you fucking hoarder?
Because I like my seeds. I don't know. What am I
We
supposed
know
to...
you like giving seeds. That's what we call cum.
I just want to put a special thanks out to everyone who said I was right in the very beginning and stuck with me, even though
I
the
stuck
masses.
with you, Dan.
Oh, they're all banned
Even
now,
though the
man,
masses switched sides. Okay, for those of you who were there in the beginning, I saw you and I appreciate
We the real
you.
ones.
The real ones who were there from day one, the first minute. Not like these
Micron,
flip-floppers.
man.
The first micron, you guys were there. You're the real bros.
Micron, Dan.
You're not
I
real
can't
at all,
wait.
Dan. You're a fake fuck who has a beard, who probably is a stockpile of N95 masks.
I don't.
He does. I've seen
I
it.
don't, Mr. It's not a stockpile. It's a small, what you would
Small
expect if you were a
warehouse.
woodworker. It's not a warehouse. It's
it's
like
a
a
small
drawer. Not even.
warehouse,
It's a drawer.
How many do you have, Dan? Be honest.
Dan, just
Like
tell us.
20, maybe.
Jesus Christ!
Oh my God.
This
Dan, a
lady
gas
that we
mask?
were just in a call with is literally
She has to get rid of
crying
one every 3
because she
times.
doesn't have and you're sitting on 20
No,
of them.
fuck that. She has the good ass shit. She's got like the fucking fish tank Aquaman
You could
fucking
give
helmet. I was gonna
her-
ask where I could buy one of those things.
She literally said she has an N95 mask that hasn't even been fitted for her, and she has to reuse it. And a
You
robot
could
has to
give
come
her
in.
that, Dan, and instead
Yeah,
you're
you give her that.
selfishly
She's in
hoarding
Florida,
it.
Dan.
She's
I
in
thought
Florida.
ahead.
You
This
could
is mine.
drive down to her
No,
right
this is
now and
mine,
save
No,
her, Dan.
these are mine. I thought ahead years ago and bought this. They're for mine. You know, it's not my fault. Everyone else there is so goddamn stupid, not hoarding these
That's what
things.
she
and
is. Can I
buying
bring
more.
her back and have you call her goddamn
It's-
stupid, Dan? That's what I want to hear.
Not
Anybody
her.
else? Can I get
Not
once in
her.
chat?
Not her.
If you want her
The
to come back
hospital
and Dan to call her
administrators.
goddamn stupid.
No, not her. The hospital administrator should have thought
Seems like Dan
objectively.
hates the heroes,
Macro
not
Dan,
me.
yes, Japan
No,
successful.
Dan really
that's
is.
not what I. That's not. what I
Oh my
meant.
god. HH88 hero hater. That's what Dan is. Holy shit, it's all coming
Stop.
together. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Listen, they should have just been thinking more forward, okay? And they weren't. They were stuck. I saw how hospitals operate under house, okay? It's a constant, they're only thinking about profits, okay? You have to think
Hold
about...
on, Dan. I'm buying a dragon fishing rod, everybody. I just bought it, plus
Moot.
40%.
You suck. No one cares about how
Time
much
to get
you
back to
suck.
fishing, boys.
You're garbage. You're trash.
Okay, listen, that guy had millions of masks. I have 20.
Hey
okay? I'm
guys,
just like-
wait, hold on. Being
I'm a
serious,
woodworker.
I'm only gonna give you one warning, okay? We do not dox people in this chat. Posting videos of Dan, okay? This is not okay, guys. All right?
Wait, what do you...
Wait, why are you posting Dan?
Stop, no! That's not me! Stop!
Thank you for teaching those
Yeah, not
lefties
you
that
yet,
you were
Dan.
right all along.
Oh my god,
Hope
why
to
is the
see
guy
you
even Jewish? Come on, what the
in
fuck?
November. 4 more year, keep America great.
Dan, what was your original claim that they're upset about?
Steve was wrong.
Dan's original claim was
Let
that
it
if you
go.
wear a mask, you could literally fuck somebody with COVID-19 and you
That's
wouldn't
not
get
what I
sick.
said.
My original claim was that although a mask may provide some incredibly small level of
Oh
protection,
my god!
they're
this is the most
generally recommended for
shit
people that are
ever.
already sick,
Oh
and they're
my
probably not going to help
God.
an average person.
Yeah,
That
it was
my
completely
original
qualified
claim
like that.
was
Yes.
incredibly nuanced and incredibly precise.
Oh,
wrong.
And Dan was
Wrong.
making the claim here that you could literally fucking cannibalize a person with COVID-19 and you wouldn't get sick as long as you had a mask on. It was insanely fucking stupid. One's in chat if that is completely true.
Dan,
Thank
did you say something that hyperbolic?
Yes.
No, I did not.
Steven
This
said
is not
masks
true.
actually do nothing, and the big mask industry is a fucking bullshit lie. Type 2 if that's true.
So the
Yeah.
CDC says that wearing a mask, if you have it, helps prevent the spread to
Listen,
others. but it's
true!
the
CDC,
It does!
the CDC is part of the conspiracy. They want to hoard it all for themselves for their so-called heroes. Okay, they don't care about the rest of us.
Amen. So-called heroes based and hero pilled. All right, Steven. We know masks can't prevent anything. League gives cancer, so they're not going to help. Let's fucking toss it up.
I'm so scared I'm gonna lag
Why
out.
are you scared? It's going to be fine.
I lag out.
You're not going to lag out.
Are you close to demotion?
Yeah, he is, because you played games with Fate. Who
I
trolled.
played one game and I lost, okay? Chill.
You played 2.
One.
Isn't fate like
You,
really
I will
good?
bet you $1,000 right now that you played 2.
Okay. With Beebs, I'll bet you $1,000, fine.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Flick.
Mr. Minton, why would you do this without information in front of your screen?
Okay, wait, hold on. I did.
Where's my money?
Oh no!
It's coming right after my Halo blowjobs. Wait, did I really lose
Don't-
2 in a row? I feel like
Yes.
I've lost like the past
Man,
like
don't
10
worry, I
games
know
I've played
his
with
league.
All
Beebs.
right, good
Holy
job, Mr.
shit.
Minton. I've taught you well, Mr. Minton.
I know his league history.
Beebs,
Better
how have
than
we
my
lost
own.
so many fucking games together? What
Plus
the fuck?
936, Mr. Moon.
Maybe Beebs is like an e-girl. He has someone else playing for him, and right now that person's not here, so he has to play by himself.
Can I get some God sneeze in the chat for me? And my knowledge of Destiny's match history? I check it every morning when I wake up. It's like, I don't know why.
Why? You expect me to go full
I'm in-
Darius and solo queue down to gold or whatever?
Yes, I was actually. I'm invested in it. It's a pretty sad existence. I wake up and I'm like, what did Steve do? What did Steve do at 4 a.m. today?
Pretty cringe, bro.
So are you guys done with COD now completely?
No, we'll play more games. Okay. but-
Steven,
There's
no.
so many
It's the
fucking
league.
hackers though, Dan.
Yeah, that too. A lot of hackers, you know. But you're not even logged in.
Yes, I am. Oh wait.
He's a liar, just like Dan was earlier about his original claims.
Steven, you got destroyed by Dan, and I'm not saying that because
I
live in a
didn't
3
get
mile
destroyed.
radius of him.
They're generally recommended. Okay, so let's return. Let's
Stop.
You
Stop. You're
said-
you're
let's
gonna
return
change
to the
your
original.
argument again.
If
you're
you
not
want
gonna
to,
change
if
your
you
argument.
want
Where's
to,
the clip? Where's the clip
let's
of the
return.
original
Let's
claim?
return to the original. If you want to
Why
not
don't we-
get
why don't we
sick,
just get the clip?
if you want to
Why
not
don't we
get
just get
sick,
the clip?
here's
Yeah,
what
play
you
the
do:
clip.
wash your
Play the clip.
hands. Don't fucking touch everything. Don't fucking
there's
touch
a
your
clip-
face.
there's a clip
That's
in
what you're
chat.
supposed
Go
to
ahead,
do.
watch it.
If you
That's
walk
the
around with some
original
dumb
claim.
fucking mask in public and you don't do any of the other things, you might as well not have the fucking mask. If you want to wear a mask because it makes you feel safer, then you know what? The Dans in the world can do that, okay? But at the end of the day,
So
you
it's
heard
not
that.
helping you, okay?
You heard it, chat.
Chat,
Don't wear
dude.
seatbelts because it's just gonna marginally help. Fuck it.
Yeah,
You just
exactly.
Don't drive. Just don't drive. If you're not,
It's
if you're
not
willing
gonna
to
help
drive,
you.
over.
It's not gonna help you, okay?
There it is. He admits it.
Do
It's
your
not
research,
gonna help you.
chat.
Do your
invite
research.
you.
That's right. Check the CDC site. Check the
No, not the CDC. They're listen. Only
check
the
the
ones.
WHO
Oh my
sites.
God.
Yeah.
Not them either. They're part of it. Okay, they want it all for the healthcare workers. They don't. They don't care about you. They say it. They're so emboldened. They say it like, why don't we get to wear N95? Because those should be for the heroes, not for you. Are you a
True.
hero? No.
I am a hero. I say
Imagine saying that out loud. Why would they say that out loud? Jesus.
I play League and haven't developed cancer. I'm a hero.
Chat.
I
He's never
invited
gonna.
you, Steve.
He's never gonna click the link. So just
I
stop.
don't need to. I
spamming.
know whatever it was. I just rephrased it and definitely the way it was originally
Join,
given.
Steve.
So hold on. Let me just kill in some farmers. real quick.
move my seeds.
What? Why'd you make fun of my web dev that way?
What?
What are you making fun of scene?
No seeds.
What?
What?
What are you
Dan,
talking
your fucking
about?
mic is robotic.
I'm not even talking, Mooten.
Wow.
Put it towards Steven.
Wait, did he speak?
Dan, are you here?
That is so funny. Boy, this is a joke that keeps on giving. And it gets funnier every time. I don't know how it does it.
The madder you get, the funnier it gets, Dan. One day you'll learn, you little
It's
cuck.
like E. It's just a forced meme. At the start, it got feels weird, man, but now people play into it. It's funnier every day.
True. It does get funnier every day, Dan. You little cuck.
You little cuck, Dan.
What the fuck? Well, fuck both of you.
If you have COVID-19, as long as I wear a mask, at least I know I won't get sick. He's mad, boys.
Dan's gonna take down Big Mask.
You know what I realized after this whole thing? I'm gonna have to go and reevaluate like everything about
Every
like
debate
global
we've ever
warming,
had? Oh,
Nazis,
no.
fucking socialism.
You gonna be a
I've been-
Nazi
I've been-
now?
I don't know. I don't know. After like I thought that you were arguing
Meanwhile,
honestly, and I was on your side, so I was like, yeah,
this
Steve is
fuck
right.
is
Steve
using
is
them
right.
to
Look at this other guy
protect
doing bad.
himself
But
while he
now,
plays computer
now that
games
I've been
at
on the other
home
side,
alone.
I see the
Pepper
tactics you do.
mods.
The tactics, huh? That's what you call them?
Slippery Steve.
Well, you got to think also, Dan, like Steve's not too worried about you coming back and complaining to your community about it, so he can use whatever tactics he wants.
What?
He doesn't have to be as well measured because he's not going to be a judge for tearing you apart.
What?
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 What? Hello?
What are you saying?
What are you saying? Wait, what's your mining level at, you little cuck?
Am I mining? I think 60.
How cringe.
62.
Yikes.
That was not.
Fishing is 80, right? Almost 81.
That's cringe, bro. Sorry. Just letting you know.
Good one, Lincoln.
Dan, here's a question. If you have an N95 mask on and you come to a four-way stop,
Oh God!
who goes first?
Whoever was there first. All right, the mask is irrelevant.
Oh, I just pulled your mom out of my fucking treasure chest. Even a whale.
You've met his mom, isn't
Yeah, that's pretty cringe, bro.
Made it kind of weird there.
Pick your things.
No, I'm not ready, so I'm not picking my things because I know you're going to queue the second I fucking do.
Hold on, wait, I'm gonna DM you.
God damn it. Why don't potions sell for shit in this game? What the fuck?
Potion seller.
Good one, Lincoln.
Yeah, somebody pointed that out the other day.
But not sharing with the class feels weird.
It's not, you wouldn't even get it. You don't get these memes, Dan. The memes that I have, you don't understand. I'll DM you it.
Yeah, I got that. I got that.
Really?
It's
Make
not
him explain
good,
it.
though, right?
No, I got it.
Make him explain it, Moot.
Explain it then, Dan.
Nah, because then chat will be onto the meme, and I don't want to share with chat.
Cringe, Dan.
Cringe, Lord Dan, no rent man.
Cringe, true.
No rent for you. Ooh. I just am such a fisherman, chat.
Dan, have you had any tenants revolt?
No, because my tenants are well off in San Francisco. They're all just working from home.
Oh, so
try that
everybody
shit.
in San Francisco is well off and can afford to work from home.
Oh my god! I said my
You think
tenants
every
were,
single
not
person?
all
Have you ever
people.
heard of
No, I
gentrification,
didn't say
Dan?
that. I said all of my tenants are
Don't let
well
him
off
bait you, Dan.
and working from home. All right. I am sure there are some poor people in San Francisco. So
Hold on, we have a WHO YouTube video coming through. One second.
My god.
Yeah, WHO is bought and paid for by China, though.
I know. Okay.
If you do not have any respiratory symptoms such as fever, cough, or runny nose, you do not need to wear a medical mask like this one. Mask alone can give you a false feeling of protection and can even be a source of infection when not used correctly. Masks should only be used by healthcare workers.
You can spread it without having
or by
symptoms.
people
This
who are
God, she's so
symptoms
fucking wrong.
Cough. Why? Because healthcare workers and caretakers are in close contact with ill individuals.
God damn. What a fucking smart fucking woman. Amen, brother. Jesus Christ.
You mean other than the whole asymptomatic issue?
Yeah, Dan's right about that.
Well, even if you're asymptomatic, you'd still be wearing them to prevent you from spreading it to other people. So.
Oh no,
fucking
no,
A.
How would you know you have?
Yeah, she says you don't need to if you don't have symptoms. You don't
She
need to wear a
literally
mask.
said you don't need to wear a
You're
mask
making
if
an
you don't
argument
have
for
symptoms.
another one of my points, though. You're saying, well, maybe you should wear it just in case you might be infected, but you don't know. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, yeah,
That
yeah,
wasn't
of
your
course.
fucking point. You
Yes, it
probably
was.
should wear-
My whole point originally was that you should. The only people that should be wearing are the people
You know what?
infected.
No
They
one
don't really
remembers your
protect you that
original
much.
point because you've changed your fucking point
Oh
like 20
my
fucking
god.
times.
You guys think you can just gang up on me? Is that what you do? Apple is?
Guys, he's-
You would know if you were a lawyer that you wouldn't get away with this in court, okay? I would
I
call
absolutely
objections
would.
constantly.
Objection.
You're
Steven's
cross-examining
wrong.
me with like 7 different fucking attorneys at once. You would get
Permission to-
thrown out. They'd
permission
throw
to
the
treat
book at
Steven
you.
as hostile?
Disgusting. I would have expected more.
It sounds like you moved the goalpost, Destiny.
Lycan. Oh, shit. If Lycan's disagreeing with me, I know that I'm right. I win by default. They call it the ad absurdum
God
Joe
damn it,
Roganum.
Fuck.
True.
Well, I can't argue with that. Yeah, thanks a lot, Lycan. Couldn't just stay quiet.
Sorry, man. Yeah, no, I can't. That's the whole point of me coming in here. And I also agreed with you too. You're both right about different things.
That's not
what
how
it
this
sounds like
works.
is that Steven changed one
No,
of his
that's
original
not how
statements
this-
or added to it.
That's not how this argument works, okay? It's all or nothing, baby.
Both sides also add Joe Roganum or whatever.
Can you spread it without symptoms? Like if you aren't coughing and sneezing, you're really putting that many particles in the air, Destiny? Yes, if you're asymptomatic, when you cough and sneeze, it's not like you're like the virus is specially loaded in coughs and sneezes. Just respirating in general will cause it to be exhaled, and coughing and sneezing spreads it farther than it would otherwise. But you can be asymptomatic and still be like spreading symptoms.
So how did you gain your following as a content creator?
Initially it was through gaming and streaming.